to another episode of the Bored Uplander Show. Today we have a special edition. I'm going to go through our submission for the hackathon event. Now, we worked our asses off to try to figure out the coding, but there wasn't enough time. Not all of us are professional programmers. So what we did was we created an executive summary, a presentation of our concept. And here it is. Happy to present the Buck Exchange, where Uplanders go for real estate, entertainment, and car services. So the function that we were using is the escrow function. And we found that bulk transfers of assets would be phenomenal in this function. And the first one that we all agreed would be vital is renting of treasure maps. Now, we all know that treasure maps can be very expensive, anywhere between 300,000 UPIX to over $1 million sometimes, depending on the density. And being able to build something like that can take time. Not only because you have to be able to feel confident in the proficiency of your treasure hunting to be able to use either a low density, medium density, all the way up to a high density map, but also with your financial situation. So not everybody can create a treasure hunting map, but you can rent one. Because the cost is prorated or split up through longer periods of time, depending on your rental time, we can work something out where you can get a low density, medium density, or high density treasure map. Yes, we're talking about multiple, up to the hundreds of properties being able to be transferred to you for limited time use through the exchange. So the way we figured this would work is, all of us in Buck, in the Bored Uplander Club, would put a number of properties from different locales within a city into one container. This container would be called an LA low density treasure map, LA high, medium density, or LA high density treasure map, or whatever city. But it would be separated by that, by those containers. Now, depending on how much we plan to donate of our own properties and also buy up for this purpose specifically, we would then be able to offer multiple containers. So for example, we can have 1, 2, 3 or more low density, medium density, and high density maps that people can rent out on a daily basis. This we find could be highly instrumental to uplanders that look to spread their game across the board and want to be able to treasure hunt in different cities, depending on maybe based on other uplander events. I know Portage Park likes to hold a lot of great events. We're going to start holding events in Buck communities where treasure hunting will be an aspect of that. And in this case, if anybody that doesn't have a treasure map in the city that we're looking to have this event, well, you can rent one. This will definitely help everybody in Upland, from small cap to high cap players. Here we have a simple little diagram for everybody to understand how this will work. Again, Buck members and registered Buck comrades, bank holders, account holders, as we would like to say, would place these properties into these containers. An Uplander looking to rent a treasure map would then give us UPIX plus another property as escrow, and a collection property. And the container would then be released into their custody for the expiration date placed on it. The rental fees are then collected on a monthly basis. Buck Bank will dole out those owner fees or rental fees to the owners of these properties on a monthly basis. Next in our Buck exchange is NFT Ticketing Service. Now, this one I've been thinking about and working on for a while. I like the concept of season tickets. And for that reason, even with single ticket event holders, you can, what we would do is look to use the same container bulk exchange service where a multitude of NFTs would come into our possession in one container, which would be your single-use ticket or your season pass, into one container. That then container would be used as a burn bin. You heard it here first, and you heard that right. We would use it as a burn bin so that those NFTs would no longer exist. Just like a normal ticket would, right? I mean, some now with digital tickets collect it. Other tickets do disappear. But in this case, what we would do is we would have a second bin that would hold a whole a collection of new NFTs that would commemorate, like a stamp or a punch in your ticket, you attending that show. On a season ticket, you would have a row of stamps. In a single-use ticket, you would have the image of the previous NFT, embedded as a small marker, and then on top of the bigger new NFT, again commemorating the event, whether it be the venue, the artist, or the location, the locale, the city, and most likely all three would be commemorated in these new NFTs. Now, for car racing, as a spectator sport, that would be amazing. We have the NFLPA already on board, the MLBPA coming soon, and possibly race car brands, organizations, leagues that would benefit greatly in being able to have a season ticket system in place. And Buck aims to be the first. Again, simple graph here, beautiful logo of Buck Life Records here. Again, ticket holders would send their Block Explorer to the entertainment venue as a form of local friction. We know that Upland really is looking forward to being able to bring or maintain value and locales for investors of that area, like myself, like the Bored UPLANDER Club, to be able to amplify that by allowing the traffic to be there, right? In conjunction, that would then help us verify who's at the venue with whose NFTs we have, right? Those two would then go, the Block Explorer would have the send there, and that's not part of a container that we would create, but the container of the burn bin, since the NFTs in Upland are attached to an account hub account that would allow us to burn these NFTs. The second bin, as I mentioned earlier, would have the stamped NFTs. For the season ticket holders, it would be a nice, beautiful row. For the single use ticket holder, again, you would have a new NFT, new design commemorating your attendance with a small snapshot of the previous ticket on there. Now, here's the one everybody in the club was super excited to hear about when we explained it. Car rental service, y'all. You heard me right, man. Car rental service. Now, because our main focus since the inception of the Bored UPLANDER Club in January has been to amplify the Uplanders gameplay, we figured out very early that the majority of people that need this amplification are small to medium cap players, right? The noob that's just starting out has a low UPX amount, low spark amount. Well, Buck would provide an exchange service for cars. Yes, we are looking to buy a multitude of cars from Upland. The whole club is going to buy a bunch of them, and we're going to put some of them into this car rental service. we would maintain them. You would buy a Spark contract to maintain the Spark flow, so you wouldn't have to worry about running out of gas in the middle of your touring a neighborhood, going on a mint opening day mint, or even for treasure hunting. This service would also be extended to race car drivers. Race car drivers, if you find it too difficult to even teams to carry your whole load to a new city, well, we will have perfectly maintained cars that race cars that you can use at these locales. Now, they will be used on practice tracks, fun tracks that are designed in collaboration with whatever league is in that city, in that locale, so that these block explorers and cars can get some practice on tracks that are similar to those in the league. Not exactly, but similar. We're going to work in conjunction to be able to give all Uplanders access to league sanctioned, but not league participating tracks. This way, the fun can be had by all. I mean, we're going to have pro racers, we're going to have amateur racers, and we're going to have just for the kicks of it, right? Racers. So for that case, particularly for the new user, the fun explorer, these car rental services would be able to give you the opportunity to participate in one of the greatest and obviously newest innovations in Upland today. So again, easy diagram. Oh, by the way, beautiful, beautiful design. Everybody go vote for Shytown NFTs. Meta God Roger has also equally beautiful design with Spark coins and engines and a beautiful llama Miles on there too. But check this one out. Like I said, Buck here understands that not every Uplander will be able to own a car, just like in real life. So because the initial cost to buy one, the Spark to run it, maintenance, all of that does add up, and it may not be affordable to small cap players. So therefore, we achieved to have a 100-car fleet by the end of this year. Racers will be able to use the service also to be able to practice on tracks, or at least be in a locale to be practice, for a league or a competition or a preliminary in that area. Now, the exciting part that was a great idea from one of our members is that, hey, once a car hits a certain mileage, why don't we auction it off, right? That would be able to keep our operations going and be able to give Uplanders an opportunity to own a used car. 50,000 miles is what we figured would be a great marker. The great thing about that, this opportunity that would be advantageous for everybody, is that the car itself will have been modified for racing, for touring, for minting, for city openings. This way, it has the ability, the stats, to function in the way you want it to. And again, easy diagram for everybody to see here. Uplander will transfer UPIX for the rental of the car. We also are going to ask for a collection property equal to the value of the car. So obviously the lower end cars would be a lower end collection, to a high end car, a high end collection. For racers or frequent renters, a season or annual pass will be submitted for stamping. So we have three basically actions from the Uplander to Buck Motors. Buck members would then be able to put their cars into this container for rental, and again, designated by car type. And at the end of the month, just like with the treasure map hunting, the people volunteering, giving their cars up for a rental, they would then get paid out on a monthly basis. So in conclusion, the Bored Uplander Club is excited to pool all of our resources and assets to expand in-game utility of all Upland NFTs and future Uplander created NFTs. These three services would be just the beginning of a cadre of services that Buck is looking to provide for not only its members, but also for all Uplanders. These three functions would revolutionize the way Uplanders play and invest. This would also allow small cap Uplanders to participate in every form of gamification immediately. The Bored Uplander community is designed and strives to be accessible to all, so we can remain successful with all. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of the week. I'll see you in Las Vegas for Gen Week. And we'll see you at the award ceremony. Take care, everybody.